Stuff everything up there because it's gonna be amazing. And then the fourth, they have the athletes that just party all the time. All of your bodies will cover the But like there's some floors that like so there's like a catalog that's like no one knows maybe furniture we do, but like white boy sisters on like third high school, which is usually like the 21st or something like that. But you do a whole week thing, so they started on like the 15th. So they have all their stuff in the hallway, so that's about 4, so like help them and like put some in here, put some out. So we help each other like once a year. And that's like doing like initiation. Administration sees like 4 like random parts. So like firms always delete and get to why do you have this? But what they don't know is there's like above your door there's like a frame, but then there's like this extra space, and then there's a ceiling. So it's like there.
You guys got that in center for us.
say that's my first mistake, but it's or is it? I say hello to all of them. I'm so proud. Would you bow your heads with me for my prayer? Our Heavenly Father, as we come in your presence, oh God, how we thank you for this day. God, we thank you, our Heavenly Father, for each one of these precious young people, Lord, that you know individually, that have came to this great point in life. How happy we are, Lord, to know that, Lord, you have watched over them for these 20 years. Bless them, Lord, for this position. We ask you, Father, bless them. As we stand here, Lord, so proud of you. Lord, that we thank you again for all of
Good afternoon. One more time. So there's always a snack, and this is it. We'll have it over and done with, and move forward. We may switch out mics here for just a second.
Good afternoon. Yay. All right. So my name is Barbara Pugh, and I have the honor of being director for the Perkins Vocational Training Center. On behalf of the students and the staff of the Perkins Center, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to our 2018 commencement. We have 102 individuals eligible to graduate today, and we have 72 with us. This is our 44th graduation. So, we would like to extend a very special welcome today. We would like to extend a welcome to our graduates, their families, members of the community. Everybody okay with the counselor? Representatives of governmental, educational, and civic organizations, representatives of the media, staff from the Connecticut Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, staff from the Education and Workforce Development Academy, and special guests for our graduation exercises today. The PowerPoint presentation you viewed earlier was developed by the Office Careers Training Program, so thanks to Ms. Chrislip and her class. And we'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank our interpreters today. We'd also like to thank our ushers for the ceremony, and they are listed in your program. Again this year, we're streaming, and so we're streaming at aroundpaintsville.com. I know that we have graduates and family members who aren't able to make it today, so they're able to take advantage and view this ceremony on their device. We have a number of dignitaries that are with us today, starting on my left. We have Representative Rocky Atkins from the Kentucky House of Representatives. We have Susan Robinson, who is our keynote speaker today. Who is the Executive Director of the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. We have Ray Leathers, who is the Commissioner for the Department of Workforce and You have already met Pastor Garrett. So we have some other special guests that are in the audience today. And I always run a risk when I start doing this because it's easy to leave somebody out and miss somebody as we come by. We think we may have everybody, but we also have with us several people from CVS Pharmacy. If you guys would kind of raise your hand, we have Dwayne Rohr. Statewide employees from CVS. You may be aware that we opened formally our CVS training program this morning. We also have with us some local dignitaries. We have Craig Linden, and we have Bobby McCool, and Kelly Cheney. And we have several staff from the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, Vanessa Castle, Jack Klein, Tony Perry, Brent Sturgill, Ryan Henson, Alan Gullett, Mike Hall, and Kelly Colvin. And Julie McConnell. Danita Kidd and Christy Eisen. You guys are on a different line, so you get a special shout out, I guess. Okay, well, we want to say thanks to Sarah Grubb. Sarah bailed us out with some interpreting today. And Crystal Wells. I think that might be everybody leaving out. So you guys just yell it out to me. You don't leave out. Holly Hendricks. Oh yeah, she might be important. She also works for the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and she's the Director of Program Services. My apologies, Holly. She's my counterpart out in the state. She can slap me later. We have some thanks to say to Mr. Larry Hutton, our instructor in our Alpha program for playing piano today. And we also want to thank all the staff and everyone involved in preparing for this event. We had two special events today, so we had lots of hours of hard work go into getting ready for this. So special thanks to them. Special thanks to Allison King, who is the chair of the graduation committee. And finally, thanks to Chet Griffith and all the members of the housekeeping and maintenance staff and our instructors and students in the building maintenance and custodial program for making our center look so beautiful today. I'd like to call your attention to the announcements located throughout your program. A couple of things, if you would not mind to silence your cell phones. And also, we do ask that you stay in the gymnasium following the ceremony until all the graduates have left. So, how are we on microphone? Are we switching out or are we hanging on? Okay. All right. Testing, testing. Oh, yay, all right. Okay. Much better. So we're happy to have our first speaker today, Representative Rocky Atkins. You've already met him. He represents the 99th district, consisting of Elliott, Lewis, and Rowan counties. And Rocky also chairs the East Kentucky Workforce Innovation Board. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rocky Atkins.
First of all, I am tremendously honored to be here today. Graduates, congratulations to you all. You look wonderful, you look beautiful, and we are very, very proud of you here today. I hope you're proud of yourself. You should be. You worked hard to earn the right and the honor to be able to sit here today and call yourself graduates. To your family and your friends who have supported and helped along the way, make sure you thank them today. As this ceremony ends, there's been a lot of people around all of our lives that have been special, that has kind of given us that pat on the back, that have been there for us through thick and thin, and shared the bad times and the good times, and today is just an outstanding day. To all the families that are here, congratulations to you as well. I know this is a proud day. I know it's a day of celebration, and this is a day that you can tell is a positive day. If it wasn't a positive day and something else was going on, this place would be full of cameras, and you all know that. So it's a good day. We're here today to celebrate, so let's celebrate together. Let's congratulate these graduates. I want to just mention this place. This is a special place. A place that has changed a lot of lives in a very, very special way. We ought to always celebrate and remember the Carl D. Perkins Training Center. Living in eastern Kentucky all of my life, that name continues to ring bells every time I mention that name of Carl D. Perkins and what he meant to education and what he thought about education and what he really meant to hope and opportunity for all. We got a good story to tell here in Thelma, and we ought to tell it. We ought to remind people how important this facility is and what it means to so many lives throughout our region and even throughout Kentucky. You know, when good things continue to happen day after day and year after year, and you continue to see graduates of 100 and some and 70 some that are in this graduating that could actually be here today, we kind of sit on the sidelines and we just let it happen. But we need to tell the story, because this facility is doing special things for special people. And it wouldn't be doing those special things for special people if it wasn't for special people who work here. A staff that doesn't only work in this facility, but a staff of vocational rehabilitation that works throughout our region and works throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Vocational rehabilitation is an agency that I've been proud to support my entire legislative career. Because you know, every $1 that we put up of your taxpayer dollar, we get $4 back from the federal government. Over in Elliott County, where I'm from, that would seem to be a good investment. We need to continue to fight for those resources to make sure the Carl D. Perkins Training Center stays alive and stays well and continues to produce these outstanding students who are going to graduate here today and go into the workforce and be productive citizens here in this region and throughout Kentucky and wherever they may choose to go. That's right. You know, this program would not work without partners who are included within vocational rehabilitation. And we celebrated that here today with CVS and the special ceremony we had as a private partner who collaborates and makes sure that the training that takes place here, that students that go out the door go into the workforce. And without that private sector collaboration of public-private partnerships, working with these, I think, 10 or 12 programs that are here at this facility, we would not have the success that we are having today. So for all of those private partners, those folks that employ our people, thank you for understanding that the programs that take place here produce a productive workforce. These students will succeed, and they are succeeding, and they will make the private sector excellent employees. What do you think about that, crowd? Don't you believe that? So let me just quickly close in saying this. As long as I served in Frankfort, Kentucky, vocational rehabilitation will be a top priority with Matt. It has been for the 31 years that I have served in the Kentucky House, and with some of those that come from here and work for you in vocational rehabilitation throughout Eastern Kentucky. Now, folks, I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I am an Eastern Kentuckian from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, and I'm proud of it. I was raised on the left-hand fork of Middle Fork in Elliott County. And for programs like this to exist and bring hope and opportunity to our people, it's worth fighting for. It's worth standing up for. And it's worth defending. So I would say to you graduates here today, we wish you well. We are expecting big things. We know that you've had the education here to allow you to go on and do good things and to carry on the outstanding tradition of the Carl D. Perkins Training Center. Congratulations. I am honored to be here with you today. We wish you the very best. Thank you all for having me.
Okay. Snag number 2. If you're counting, probably I have some staff that will want to rib me later about it. We neglected to introduce our singer, Mr. Troy Burchett, and I even just skipped right over him because we were so excited to hear about what Representative Atkins had to say. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Troy Burchett.
Sorry to be here with you today. These lines on my face, scars on my hand, holes in my heart, time can't erase. Memories that haunt me, mistakes I made. The end of the day, make me who I am. On the winds gonna blow, and the rain's gonna fall. Storms are gonna come, but we gotta be strong. When your back's to the wall, never give in. Strive to be the best. That's the measure of a man. Life is a journey, struggle to survive. Times we gotta lose hope to realize what you had. It's one day at a time. Learn to read, reach for the stars, and never quit trying. All the wind's gonna blow, and the rain's gonna fall. Storms are gonna come, but we gotta be strong. Bring your backs to the wall. You never give in. Strive to be the best. That's the legend of a man. Time is like sand, slips away so quickly. before you know it, it's all gone. All the wind's gonna blow, the rain's gonna fall, storms are gonna come, but we gotta be strong. With your backs to the wall, you never give in, strive to be the best. That's the measure of a man. That's the measure of a man. God bless you guys.
Wasn't he awesome? I want to give Troy one more shout out. Troy and some of his other friends have donated a lot of time here. They played a concert relatively recently for all of our students. They provided albums and tickets to events and all kinds of things to maybe make your residential life here a little more sweet. So we appreciate that. We appreciate, Troy, your donation to our students and to this campus, and we hope to continue to work with you. We're also privileged to have with us today to address the class of 2018 Commissioner Ray Leathers. Today is Commissioner Leathers' first visit to the center, and we hope that this is the first of many. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Commissioner Ray Leathers from the Department of Workforce Investment.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, graduates. Thank you for allowing me to come down here and share this very special day with you. I recently retired from the private sector where I ran a metal parts manufacturing business. And I can tell you that I'd be proud to have any of you join our business if you had an interest. I hope today is a very proud day for you. You have a lot to celebrate. On behalf of the Education and Workforce Development Cabinet, I bring you welcome and congratulations on your accomplishments. The Education and Workforce Development Cabinet provides lifelong educational and workforce services to all Kentucky citizens, preparing them for next generation learning, work, and citizenship. Specifically, as it relates to you, we strive to develop a statewide talent pipeline that connects a trained workforce to employer needs. Your decision to attend training here has given you access to entry level and higher training in 4 out of the 5 Kentucky high-demand industry sectors on this campus, as well as all 5 if you count training available off-campus, as well as additional services that you may need individually to obtain your desired goal. I want to commend you, each of you, for your hard work, your dedication, and your chosen career pathway. I specifically want to applaud those 72 of you who obtain industry credentials along with your training, and these credentials ensure that you're entering the workforce with an adequate skill set that prepares you for work in your chosen field. It's something that a lot of people in our world struggle with, and you have accomplished it. In addition, these credentials are a good predictor of success and achievement for students who are seeking their first-time jobs, apprenticeships, or internships. But be aware, the world is an ever-changing place, and learning is a lifelong endeavor. You are encouraged to continue the education path that you have begun as a student here and go on as far as possible. Jay Sennett, the director of the Digital Media Innovator, says lifelong learning is no longer a luxury, but a necessity for employment. You have attained one step on the run. I I encourage you to keep climbing the ladder. Let an old 66-year-old industrialist give you a little life advice. Life will change. It's the only certainty. Life will change. Prepare yourself accordingly. This will be an opportunity for you. Change will be an opportunity for you. The smartphone is less than 10 years old. We're only days or months from self-driving cars. Can you imagine the change that each of you will see in the next 5, 10, 15, or 20 years? Will you be ready? Let me say it differently. If you don't set high expectations, you will never be disappointed. Congratulations, Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center Class of 2018. You are ready for the workforce, and the workforce is ready for you. Once again, congratulations.
The last of our messages from Frankfurt comes from Executive Director of the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, Becky Kay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon. When I sit here and I recognize that many of the words that I wanted to share have already been shared, the two gentlemen before me have covered a lot of really good issues. You know, what I guess I can bring to it is I was sitting here and looking at all of you in your blue and recognizing what an important day it is for you, your family, the staff, and what it must have felt like that first day when you walked in here. When you said, okay, I've talked to my counselor in the field, they've encouraged me to try this, they've really given me confidence that I can go and do this. But when you walked in, I imagine it was, at some point, you were going, wow, what did I get myself into? But you hung in there, you stayed. I know the staff have worked closely with you to make your successes, their successes too. One of the things I think that I would like to do is mention that Barb and her staff here at the center, while you were all finishing up this semester, they were also being looked at in a test sort of way. They ended up having a survey come in from the Commission on Accreditation for Rehabilitation Facilities. And this is a group that comes in that want to look at what programs they have, what are they teaching you, how are they doing it. And when they left from that survey, they gave an accreditation of a 3-year accreditation in vocational evaluation and employment skills training, and that's the highest accreditation they offer. So I think, like you striving to set standards for yourself, the center has set standards so that they can work with students like you. I guess all I can really say again is just pleased to be here. It's my second year to be here to see the graduation class. I've talked to a few from the class last year, and I even think some of you are probably already working. We wish you the best. We know that you've strived and you've come here and worked your hardest. So good luck in the future, and be sure to let OVR know where you are and what you're doing from time to time. There's nothing more rewarding to sit in our offices and get a call from somebody that says, hey, you worked with me 3 years ago. Let me tell you what I'm doing. So be sure to keep up with us. Best of luck.
I got the job call, right? Lloyd, there's nothing wrong with sending that. I got the job card. Drop us a little card in the mail, say, hey, Miss Barb, I got the job. Hey, Allison, I got the job. Hey, Paula, I got the job, right? Let us know if you want to hear that. Thank you. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker.
Susan Robinson. Susan is an advisor to global business leaders, a corporate and TED speaker, a blogger, and an entrepreneur. In 1992, Susan was diagnosed with a genetic visual impairment, Stargardt's disease, and is legally blind. Unable to pursue her dream of becoming an orthopedic surgeon, she followed on the business administration of health. A variety of low vision aids and a unique combination of coping strategies, intelligence, memory, and humor have supported Susan's impressive academic and professional achievements that have been extended beyond the healthcare industry. So please give a warm welcome, straight from New York City, Susan Robinson.
Esteemed guests, graduates of the class of 2018, Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center. The first thing I feel like I should say today is I'm sorry for my accent. It's a little obvious I'm not from around these parts. Though in my defense, I know that y'all is singular and all y'all is plural. I also know the difference between a biscuit and cornbread. And I do fancy myself a bit of a bourbon girl, so I feel like it's kind of appropriate for me to be in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It is a tremendous honor for me to be here today. Graduates, congratulations. What an amazing accomplishment that you did not do by yourself. So first, graduates, I think we should thank parents, whether they're here in body or in spirit. So graduates, if you would please give a round of applause to your parents. One more task for you graduates, because there are grandparents also in the room and have supported your success and spirit. So graduates, please give your grandparents a round of applause. I always find that a little interesting that the grandparents typically get a little bit more gumption for applause than the parents do. Yeah. And do you know why that is? Do you know why the grandparents and the grandchildren have so much electricity together? No. They have a common enemy. Yeah. So I love telling that joke, and in all transparency, I borrowed it. And I borrowed the joke from the commencement speaker at my own graduation. I graduated from Penn State, and I'm a proud Penn State alum. But halfway through my time at Penn State, I was diagnosed with a genetic visual impairment that has no correction or cure, and I am legally blind. And when I was invited to come and speak with you today, I was thinking how similar our experiences are. When I was diagnosed at Penn State did everything that they could do to support me, to make sure that my career and my chosen path was not only what I wanted to do, what I would find deeply rewarding and highly meaningful and highly fulfilling, but also possible. And to have the Perkins Center available to you in such a comprehensive way where everything that you need is available under one roof, congratulations. That is amazing to have that kind of support, and I know what that support feels like. With a little bit of exception that in New York I have to go to lots of different places. So I have to go to the Upper West Side, and the Lower East Side, and then the middle of it all works out. But to have it all under one roof is amazing. And how tremendous that your success is supported by the totality of what's available to you by experts and such dedicated staff at the Perkins Center. Just a quick little shout out to the Perkins staff. you all have been amazing to me, and I can only imagine if what you have done for me and how you have treated me is a fraction of what you've done for your students. Congratulations to you too. Today is a success for you. But enough about all of that, because today is about you. Congratulations. Do you feel proud? Okay, I know graduation day is more enthusiastic than that. Do you feel proud? There you go. So I was thinking about what graduation means and what this graduation means for you. And I'm going to break it to you. You've got 3 new titles under your belt. 3. First is an obvious one. Second is an unspoken one. And third is a life-changing one. Does that sound good? Should we talk a little bit more about what that is? So the obvious one, well, you're a parent. You're a graduate. You might not have had that title before. How good does it feel? It feels amazing to be a graduate. And today is an incredible day to celebrate that achievement with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues. To acknowledge that you reached a finish line. Not the finish line, not the only finish line, not the last finish line, but a finish line, one of many that I'm sure you'll reach over the course of your lives. It also is testament to the fact that any obstacle that was put in your way is one that you climbed over, ran around, dug through or under, or just totally ignored in order to make sure that the finish line you had your eyes on is the one that your feet crossed. Congratulations. It is an amazing accomplishment. And if you haven't yet patted yourself on the back, take a quick second to do so. Well done. Well done. Your second title is a little bit of a tricky one. It's an unspoken title. I have it myself. And it is the title of Ambassador of Possibility. You're like, wait a second, where'd that come from? This title is bestowed on you in an unspoken way because you are entitled to the label disabled. And disabled is an interesting word to me because it has both policy roots and practical applications. The policy roots make a lot of sense to me. I, for one, benefit on a day-to-day basis from a world that is increasingly inclusive and accessible because of policy that recognizes that some folks need a little something different than average in order to be fully engaged, to be successful, to be happy, and to live a life of dreams. And that's amazing, and that is fantastic. But from a practical point of view, the word disabled has lots of different meanings, and that's where things get a little mucky. Is that an okay word? Mucky? How do you translate my accent? So the word disabled, when I think about it, because Penn State never called me disabled, my parents never called me disabled, my teachers never called me disabled, my classmates never called me disabled, a barista at Starbucks never called me disabled. But about 2 years ago, for the first time, someone whose life accomplishments, career accomplishments, academic accomplishments, kind of sort of didn't add up to my own, called me disabled, and I was like, I don't know how that works. And I'm so frustrated because I couldn't understand the logic, because to me the logic does not exist in the grammar. So I started thinking a little bit more about this. The word disabled is used in lots of different ways. For example, it is used to indicate when something that works perfectly fine is purposely made to not work, like a disabled alarm. About 10 days ago, I also realized that Major League Baseball uses the word disabled for a New York Mets pitcher who strained a ligament in his middle finger and couldn't pitch. Now, I will say, as a New Yorker, I fully recognize the middle finger is a critical communication tool. And I'm not confirming or denying my use of said critical communication tool. But the word disabled was applied to a Major League Baseball pitcher for 10 days. Disabled is also used to describe a car that's broken down at the side of the highway and not capable of functioning for what it's been designed, in need of a tow truck to be pulled off, probably come to one of you all, to be sorted out and put back in service. So when that word is used to describe me in a practical day-to-day application, I am just going to have a sassy attitude about it. In a total New Yorkie kind of way. So this word disabled is something that really starts to make me think. What does it really mean? Because again, the policy piece is different from how people use to apply it. And I know what people are thinking by how they treat me. And I know that every one of you know the same thing too. I know when I'm around someone who demands that I bring my A game and only my best will do. I know when I'm around folks who are sort of mother-heading me to make sure that I don't fall off the stage, which is why I'm standing behind these flowers. And I'm also keenly aware of when I'm around individuals who disregard every talent or skill that I was either born with or cultivated, because my lack of 20/20 vision is the primary decider for them of my condition as a human being. Now, I have always argued, once I was diagnosed, that not everything is worth seeing. And that's a knowing laugh. I know that laugh. Because 20/20 sighted people laugh that way all the time, because that's like, oh yeah, I wish I could unsee that. And I have never seen it. I do not live with the mental memory of something that could trigger a gag reflex. And in New York, there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. I have no idea. It's also very interesting that sometimes when I do see things that 20/20 sighted people don't do, because biologically my eye can work that way in certain circumstances, a 20/20 sighted person will say, "You said you couldn't see." And I have come to respond, "You said you could."
You go, girl.
It kind of shuts down the conversation real quick. The other thing that I think is really interesting, and my being a part of the vision community, I've been around organizations and people who have worked on behalf of folks who are blind, who have low vision, or who are vision impaired, to transition them into the workforce. And unlike the amazing standard that CVS Pharmacy is setting, a lot of companies don't want to take what they decide or have defined as a risk. And there have been instances where they have stuck their toe in the water, and they have hired someone who is blind or vision impaired and sort of let go of that, how can someone use a computer if they're blind? Which is totally possible, by the way. And if that person doesn't work out for whatever reason, the company will not hire someone who is blind or vision impaired ever again. But again, the logic doesn't work in both directions. Because I have never heard of a company who hired a 6-foot-tall guy, and sorry to any 6-foot-tall men in the room. And if it didn't work out, they didn't say, we're never hiring someone who's 6-foot-tall ever again. 6'1" and up, 5'11" and down, and that's it. We're not taking the risk. So as an ambassador of possibility, your success promotes the belief and the thinking and the actions of those around you to recognize talent regardless of packaging, ability over perceived not ability, and recognizing that a want, a can, an ability, a want, and a fit to do a job is where success really falls. Your third title today is the life-changing one. This is the awesome one. It's employee. And you might have it today, you might have it tomorrow. But employee is a life-changing title that the cap and gown gets you to have. It's an incredible title, and I've been an employee, and I've worked with employees for a long time, and I thought it might be helpful if I shared some of the things that I've learned over my career with you. First is that no one has it all. There's no one person anywhere on the planet who has every skill honed to a perfect point for every situation of every day of their entire lives. It doesn't exist. So I then turn around and say, then why is my not 20/20 vision such a big deal if nobody else has it all either? I've worked with high-performance teams, I've worked with entry-level individuals, I've worked with executives, and every person brings a solid skill set of talents and characteristics that help to make them successful in their roles. Nobody has it all, but everybody has something. Have the confidence to know that that applies to you too. Because while you're being the ambassador of possibility, there might be a lot of people who will first think about what you can't do while you're demonstrating to them while you can. And interestingly enough, we might be blocked then. Another thing that I've learned in the workplace is that strengths are situational. I think about this like a marching band. And that everyone knows what a marching band is, yes? Yes?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a piano in a marching band?
Yes.
Right. Because a marching band is best designed to be in an indoor arena, perhaps on stage at Carnegie Hall, not being slogged around a football field. It's not necessarily practical sense. So the strengths that individuals bring are the things that help them be successful, but those strengths are situational. My mother tells me that I have a loud, carrying voice, which is great in an environment like today, and not so helpful when I'm in a library. I get in trouble in libraries a lot. So the strengths that you have will help you be successful as an employee, and the strengths that you have are also the things that you can continue to grow and cultivate over time to increase your success over time as well. Third, diversity breeds success. Now, I typically will use a football reference. As a Penn State alum, I'm a total football girl. But I know that I'm in the land of basketball. So I have brushed up on my basketball, and I understand that there are a few basketball aficionados in the room. So I am going to, in advance, ask for your forgiveness because I just might fuck this up. On a basketball team, you have 5 players. 2 of them, point guard and center. Am I good so far? Right, I was just going to say that. As I understand that, as Rocky Atkins just said, the point guard is more important. Were you a point guard? Yes. I'm not quite sure how I sussed that out. But the point guard, also according to what I read and seconded by Rocky Atkins, is the most important player on the team. The most important player has the best ball handling skills. Also is able to sort of manage the game on the floor and acts as the coach on the floor, kind of like a football quarterback. I always wanted to be serenaded. That's amazing. That's so perfect. So we got our point guard, most important player. The point guard on average in today's NBA is 6'4" tall. I'm not sure why that Wikipedia thought that was important, but I remembered it. Then we have the center. The center, now I'm really gonna mess this up, because the point guard is the coach on the field, but the center has the best ball handling skills, correct? No, point guard has the best ball handling skills.
Just say that the center is made famous by the point.
The center is made famous by the point guard. And the center, I'm just going to run with that, that's it. That's it. The center, according to Wikipedia, in today's NBA is 6'10" tall. So it started me thinking, in a way that I sort of think about football, if everyone on a basketball team had equal ball handling skills, and nobody was good at managing the whole field, and nobody was really assisting or passing the ball so all 5 players could work together, if there wasn't variety and diversity of skill and ability and height and strength, would a basketball team be able to be successful on the offense and defense side of the ball, as well as in transitions from one to the other? And the answer is no, because if that were true, it would be happening. So, University of Kentucky, which I also understand is the top-ranking college basketball winning team. Go Cats! Just like any NBA team, your University of Kentucky winners demonstrate the same thing. Diversity of skill leads to success. Your unique skills, your unique abilities, and the things that only you bring to your work environment will allow you and where you work to be successful. And inasmuch as you need to remember that you have skills and talents, the contribution of those skills and talents are equally important for your success. Final thing that I've learned is that a diagnosis is an asset. This is sometimes something that people want to talk a little bit more about because diagnosis is not something that everybody wants to share. And it's not right for everybody to share in all situations. I'm not advocating for that decision. But I will tell you that businesses want an employee workforce that is engaged, communicative, transparent, team players, and looking for the big win. When you're able to walk in and say, I'm legally blind, I actually can't really see any of you. I've mistaken an Asian man for my mom. So 10 minutes from now, when I see you in the hallway and I walk right by, don't take it personally. I just don't know who you are. The other thing that I actually do is tell people not to change their clothes, but it's more of a joke, because of course I want them to change their clothes, but I just won't recognize them the next day. And if they don't change their clothes, it's great for me, but maybe not so great for everybody else. Your ability to be clear and set expectations about where you can be a team player and where that intersection makes sense is fantastic. It's very helpful. With one of my teams, since I can't read the bills from restaurants, when we had business dinners, one of the people on my team would take the bill, calculate the tip, write in the total, put a big black X, black ink, real thick, slide it over to me, and I would just sign in the white space by the black X. It was teamwork that made that all happen, so that the rest of the business dinner was allowed to go on smoothly. The interesting thing is that a lot of people feel very uncertain about whether or not they should talk about what they can do and how they need a little bit of assistance, because no human being wants to do that. They don't want to be seen as needing help. The funny thing is, the so-called normal need help too, because not everybody has it all. There are some skills that I bring to the table because I am visually impaired. And there are some skill sets that are brought to the table by my colleagues, friends, and family because they are fully sighted. And sometimes they complement each other very well. But my ability to say, here's where I need help, and here's where I can add value, allows everyone to move forward together and successfully. So where does that really leave all of us? What does all of that mean? And I'd say for you, graduates of the class of 2018, it gives you 3 things to do, and just 3 things. One is to show up. Get out of bed every day with enthusiasm, put a smile on your face, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on fresh set clothes, and show up to work with enthusiasm and an excitement to do your job. Second thing that you need to do is to do your best. If you're able to do 5, do 5, not 4. If you're able to say hello to 50 customers, say hello to 50 customers, not 49. If you're able to complete an entire project in one day, complete it in one day. Don't split it amongst 2. Do your absolute best. And know that everyone can rely on you to do your best every time they see you. And the third thing that you need to do is to be ready. As you continue to grow and get more skills and develop and learn over time, be ready, because opportunity for something new and exciting and something that you want even more than something that you want today often shows up when you least expect it and when you're not looking. So be ready. Know that what you do today prepares you for what you do tomorrow, and know that what you do tomorrow prepares you for the day after. Continue to grow and be ready to capitalize on that growth. And where does this put us all with all of that said? I'm looking at the pride of the Perkins Center. I'm looking at the hope and the future of Kentucky. But tonight, on this amazing day, this magnanimous day, when you put your head on the pillow, dream big. And tomorrow when you wake up, work hard, make it happen. Congratulations, class of 2018.
I gotta double check, right? Our student speaker this year is Tim Field. Tim's climbing over everybody. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Tim's from Corinth, Kentucky, and he came to the center in July of 2017 for the material management program, where he was proficient in all competencies. During Tim's time at the center, he was a model student. He worked hard in his program, but he also enjoyed socializing with other students and staff. And we can't talk about Tim without that infectious smile coming through his face right now. No matter the time of day or the circumstances that arose, you could always count on Tim to show up with a grin from ear to ear. Tim completed his training in February of this year and is currently employed by Dollar General in Corinth. And we're very proud of this young man and look forward to watching him to continue to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Field.
Hello everyone. I would like to begin by saying what an honor and privilege it is to be addressing everyone today, and how proud I am to be here graduating from Perkins Vocational Training Center. From the time I was a small child, I assumed I would go to college, but once I reached middle high school, I often struggled. Algebra, geometry, and science classes were difficult and tests were terrible. It was a burden to stay focused during class time, and every night I would sit for hours working to pass my classes. I've always loved people, but even my social life in school was not all that I desired. I had difficulty communicating with people, although I got on with and enjoyed people. I never developed close friendships. I just never felt like I fit in, and I was always a little different. Then May 2016 came, I graduated high school, and I felt lost. I wanted to continue my education. I wanted to be a contributing member of society, but I wasn't sure how to proceed. That's how Perkins came into my life. I had heard of the center for Mr. Butcher, Ms. Whitaker, my high school teachers, then my vocational rehabilitation counselor, Ms. Con, I met someone that attended here. Everyone talked about what a wonderful place this was and how they thought it would be good for me. So I set the time to visit. That visit to this wonderful place changed my life forever. My time here at Carly Perkins helped me in so many ways. Yes, I learned the skills necessary to work in materials management, but I learned so much more. The entire staff here, the instructors, the counselors, the dorm staff, security, maintenance, food service, everyone worked together to help not only me, but all the students in any way possible. They helped me learn to communicate with others, they taught me to work, they gave me confidence and independence, they created a place where friendships developed and memories were made. They made the center back home for me. It would be wonderful if the entire world operated like this center. It is a place where everyone is respected, valued, and appreciated. George Bernard Shaw once said, "Don't look for the right opportunity, create it." Now that sounds easy, but sometimes that is difficult to do. I feel like the staff here helped us create opportunities, and sometimes we saw the potential in us that we couldn't see ourselves. As we sit here today getting ready to graduate, and as we move forward with our futures, we need to keep in mind that we have been given the opportunity to succeed in the workforce. We need to work hard and strive to continue to create more opportunities for ourselves. When we believe in ourselves, we work to make decisions that fill our lives and those of our loved ones with pride and happiness. We need to work to make the world a better place. Congratulations, graduates of 2018. May our year filled with happiness and success.
One more time for Tim. Next, let me introduce to you Paula Simbo, who will be presenting 2 awards, the William G. Duke Memorial Citizenship Award and the Most Improved Award.
Go Paula!
Thank you, Barb. Good afternoon, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm pleased to present the William G. Duke Citizenship Award to 2 of our deserving graduates. The philosophy of the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation is that we recognize and respect the contribution of all individuals as a necessary and vital part of a productive society. Being a vital part of a productive society means being a good citizen. A good citizen is an active participant in a community, someone who works well with others, has compassion and respect for fellow mankind. We feel these recipients meet that criteria. Our outstanding citizen came to Carly Perkins in September of 2017 and was referred by Kristen Thompson-Miller from the West Liberty OBR office, and his center case manager was Chandler McGuire. After completing his vocational evaluation, he returned in October of 2017 to participate in the Auto Loop and Detailing program. He also completed work-based learning at our local Advanced Auto Parts and then began the forklift training program. This consumer received his permit while here at the center and is currently working on his driver's license. In addition to those accomplishments, I think every center staff member would agree that this young man is a joy to be around. He has positive energy and infectious smile. He goes out of his way to assist fellow consumers and was an active participant in our student-led Bible study group. This individual is always polite, respectful, and encourages other students anytime that he can. It is with great honor on behalf of the Carly Perkins Vocational Training Center that I present this year's Outstanding Citizenship Award to Charles Parks. It is also my pleasure to present the Most Improved Award. This decision was based upon nominations from center staff members. This year's recipient was referred by Derek Vincent from the Madisonville OBR office, and his center case manager was Cindy Stadefer. This consumer completed his vocational evaluation in January of 2017 and returned for the Life Skills Enhancement Program in April 2017. He went on to complete the Auto Loop and Detailing Training Program. get his forklift operator's license, his permit, and his driver's license. He also obtained both Right Book Master Detailing and American Oil Change Association certificates. The Most Improved Award is given to a consumer who has made notable improvements while here at the center. This consumer struggles, as many do, to make the adjustment to life here. He had a hard time recognizing social cues and demonstrating appropriate social behavior. Like everyone, he only wanted to make friends and be accepted, but did not have the skills to do so. Through hard work and with the help of our wonderful LEP staff, he gained the skills that he needed to make friends and succeed here at the center. He also discovered his hidden talent to turn ordinary objects such as popsicle sticks and cardboard boxes into amazing molds of forklifts, tractors, and pickup trucks. I think most staff will agree when I say this individual is well deserving of this award, and we are proud of his long list of achievements. This year's 2018 Most Improved Award goes to Caleb Adams. Unfortunately, Caleb couldn't be with us today, but we are so proud of his achievements and look forward to what the future holds for him. It is also my privilege to recognize our honor students. This elite group has excelled in every area while here at the center. They are distinguished today by the yellow corset they wear. At this time, all honor students, please rise. Congratulations, graduates. May each of you go on to do amazing things and make this world a better place. Thank you.
Representative Atkins, Commissioner Leathers, Acting Executive Director Kate, Director Pugh, Honor, Family, and Friends. I have the privilege of presenting the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center's graduating class for 2018. These graduates have achieved the requirements established by the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation for completion of their programs. Graduates in the first row, rise. Graduating from the Auto Lubrication and Detailing Training Program, Zachary Conley. DJ Hart. Rachel Hitchcock. Lane Johnson. Charles Miller. Cody Wart. Jasmine Watkins. Samuel White. Graduating from the Auto Lubrication and Detailing Training Program as well as the Forklift Training Program, Nathan Albee. Kalani Crane. Austin Smith. Charles Carl Sparks. John Swedenborg. Dakota Tucker. Graduating from the Custodial Building Maintenance Training Program, Brandon Adams. Jamie Case. Also graduating from the Custodial Building Maintenance Training Program, Flora Johnson. George McCollum. Trevor Nate. Jason Wallen. Matthew Young. Graduating from the Custodial Building Maintenance Training Program as well as the Forklift Training Program, Jeremy Bailey. Zachary Diller. Tyler Lowry. Graduating from the Child Care Development Training Program, Kimberly Cunningham. Kristen Drake. Kelsey Hall. Elizabeth Danielle Officer. Jessica Ross. Graduated from the Customized Training Program, Michael Palin. Judy Rice. Graduating from the CBS Retail Pharmacy Collaborative, Jonathan Connors. Lori Martin. Graduating from the Food Service Training Program, Alexis Atkinson. Shelby Brockman. Leslie Compton. Vanessa Hess.
Hey, Vanessa.
Tristan Hickerson. Hunter Jameson. Justin Leakey. Catherine Lyne. Morgan Miller. Andrew Paul. John Rogers. Sky Shock. Serena Shackelford. Robert Suarez. Graduating from the forklift training program, Billy Ailes. Tyler Freeman. Also graduating from the forklift training program, Bryson Griffith. Graduating from the groundskeeping training program as well as the forklift training program, Mikhail Biller. Larkin Krogard. Ricky Trek. Graduating from the Materials Management Training Program, Tyler Heck. Graduating from the Materials Management Training Program as well as the Forklift Training Program, Zachary Porter. Timothy Field. Scott Ralston Perkins. Leah Sizemore. Materials Management Training Program, as well as the CVS Retail Pharmacy Collaborative. Jacob Bailey. Graduating from the Materials Management Training Program, as well as the CVS Retail Pharmacy Collaborative, as well as the Forklift Training Program, Logan Proctor. Graduating from the Office Technology Training Program, Alex Call. Holly Conley. Carolyn Kearney. Bambriel Murphy. Kevin Schumann. Graduating from Big Sandy Community and Technical College, Kylan Costello. James Cody Cundiff. Alex Schultz. Graduates, please rise. You may move your tassels from the right to the left. You may be seated.
So this is the point where I usually talk about our graduates and what we learned from each other and remind everybody to thank their parents. Some of you guys have done that already. Maybe rib a few of the graduates, particularly some of you that have been in trouble, like maybe the caller. Just kidding. But anyway, we're not going to do that today. Pause. I love you too. Love you, pause. But we Some of you guys were around for our formal opening of our newest CVS Retail Collaborative Program. So there's a special message that some of you may have seen. It relates to that CVS program, and as well it relates to graduation. So we're going to play that message now.
This is Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. I want to draw your attention to an amazing program and to give a huge thank you to CVS Pharmacies and the Perkins Center. Two organizations, one for-profit, one not-for-profit, who have come together in response to the Kentucky Work Matters Task Force that we put together. A few weeks back, we did a press conference. We announced the fact that we were reaching out to certain constituencies within Kentucky that have not been as engaged as they could be, should be, and would like to be in the workforce. And CVS and the Perkins Center came together and came up with an innovative way that we can train people for jobs that exist and integrate them into the workforce. So they've come up with a 12-week training program for people with certain disabilities to be able to learn customer service, stocking shelves, working cash registers. And by training people in these key areas over a 12-week period, all those who complete this process are now eligible to apply for and be considered for jobs at a CVS pharmacy. Well, I'll tell you, even today, as you watch this video a little later on, 4 individuals on this location alone are going to actually graduate from this 12-week program. And those individuals will be given the chance to apply for a job at CVS. I hope to run into them at a CVS somewhere. I hope that they do well in that interview process. This is the type of innovation that matters, because work matters and the dignity associated with work matters, and we want every single person to be a part of the solution as we move forward. The reason we formed the Kentucky Work Matters Task Force was to create additional career opportunities for people with disabilities, for veterans, especially those that are service disabled, for foster youth, for individuals with criminal records, for individuals with substance use disorders, a whole variety of folks who previously had been left outside of the working arena. Some of the policy options that our task force identified include providing fast-track hiring, waiving civil service exams, creating opportunities for training in a variety of fields, such as the one we've just described, expanding the Kentucky-trained, Kentucky-built apprenticeship program, identifying businesses with job openings and connecting them to train people exactly like you, those who are seeking employment. Bottom line is, this is a big deal. And to those of you that are graduating today, congratulations. We need you in the workforce. And understand this, by showing up early, being there every day with a great attitude, being drug-free, being somebody who works hard, being a team player, you will not only help your employer, not only help yourselves and your family and your community, but you will help to prepare the way for others to follow you. That's the way it works. This is why we need everybody involved. This is why work matters. Thank you for everything you've done to get to this point. Congratulations to you. You're making us great. You make it fun for me to say that we are Kentucky.
So in my 20 years on this campus, I've never known the governor to send a message to these graduates. How cool is it that some of our students are in a video with the governor, right? And so let me just, yeah, you can. So let me just add to that, work matters. Your work matters. We are Kentucky and we are Perkins. Congratulations.
I started out this thing, but he got in trouble. But I want to say today that I'm extremely proud of all of you. Y'all are so beautiful today. Before I do the prayer to end the service, I'd like to congratulate not only you all, but the Carl Perkins Center. Can you tell us again, for the ones of us, the special award that they got? Could you come and tell us one more time the award that they got?
What they got was a 3-year accreditation, which is the highest level of accreditation given out by the Commission on Accreditation for Rehabilitation Facilities. It's a national award, actually international. All the standards that they came and looked at and surveyed, it was like a giant test when they came in here. But what they were looking at were standards that were developed by your rehabilitation peers, by consumers, things that they said were important to make sure that were provided in services to individuals. So I think, again, another round of applause for them.
That's great. One more little thing, and I'll finish. I have two sons in this world, 2 boys is all I have, and my baby boy is blind. And so I, every day, watch him with the difficulties. So let me give you just a little bit of advice. It's a pastor for many years. There's a Bible story of a young man by the name of David. David had to face the greatest obstacle of life, a young man by the name of Goliath. David trusted the Lord. Let me tell you this, no matter which way he threw that stone, the Lord accomplished the task. So if you'll trust him every day of your life, as you show up, you trust him, he'll walk you through the avenues of life. He'll take you down a beautiful road. And in the end, he'll give you a home. Beautiful than anything you ever saw. God bless you each today. There it is with you. Our Heavenly Father, today as we come in great presence, how we thank you, Lord, for each individual one, that in every possible way, Lord, they have made it this great day. It's a great day of accomplishment for them. Our Father, we thank you for the Perkins Center, Lord, that they too have been victorious. Not only, Father, because of the victory, but because, Lord, you touched the hearts of each of these. You directed the path of each one, Lord. We thank you for every director, every teacher, even the people who mow the lawn, everyone, Lord. We want to thank you for them today. Because, Father, we know that whenever, Lord, they want to know how great, how small it was, you brought a little child to you, Lord, and put it on your knee. Lord, you let us realize, Lord, how simple it is. And so today, Lord, in the simplicity of life, we beg for your direction every day. Direct them, Lord, as they walk down this avenue through life. Direct them, Lord, as they meet their employers. Direct them, our Father, as they're even on the highways. But, Father, above all, direct their lives in every way. Again, we pray your mighty blessings upon all. For it's in thy name we pray today. And they all said, Amen.
Our song was supposed to start right about now.
I wish somebody would have told me, baby. It would be the good old days. All the money I forget.
As soon as you turn around, of course, I open my camera. Never use it. So I got this face.